Rome, 59 BC. A sprawling metropolis, the heart of an empire that stretches across continents. The city is alive, a vibrant tapestry of human activity. Marble columns gleam in the sun, monuments to Roman power and ingenuity. The air is thick with wood smoke and ambition, a heady mix that fuels the city's relentless energy. This is the heart of a republic, a system of governance that has brought Rome unparalleled success. A republic that has conquered from Africa, expanding its dominion with unwavering military might. To Britannia, its legions pushing the boundaries of the known world. Yet beneath the grandeur, a sense of unease pervades the city. Unrest simmers, a discontent that threatens to boil over. The Republic is strained, its foundations groaning under the weight of its own expansion. By its own success, the very thing that made it great now threatens to tear it apart. Wealth and poverty clash, creating a chasm that divides Roman society. And powerful generals command armies, their loyalty increasingly directed towards personal ambition. Loyal to themselves, not the state, these commanders hold immense power. Political rivalries, once a part of the system, have become blood feuds, threatening to spill onto the streets. The Senate is losing control, its authority challenged at every turn. Into this chaos, a figure emerges. Steps Gaius Julius Caesar, a name that will forever be etched in the annals of history. A brilliant orator, capable of swaying the masses with his words. Shrewd politician and rising star, Caesar is a force to be reckoned with. He forges a fragile alliance, a pact born of necessity and ambition. With Pompey the Great, a celebrated general with legions at his command, and Crassus, a man of immense wealth and influence, forming the first triumvirate, a power-sharing agreement that will reshape the Roman world, a sign that the old order, the established norms of the Republic, is crumbling, giving way to a new era of personal power. Rome is a tinderbox, ready to ignite at the slightest spark, primed for someone bold enough, someone ruthless enough, to seize destiny and reshape the course of history. Caesar sees opportunity in the chaos, a chance to rise above the fray, understanding the power, the raw, untamed force of the people and the legions. He knows how to play the game. The Republic's institutions, once the bedrock of Roman society, are being tested as never before, pushed to the breaking point. The stage is set, the players are in place. For a single man to change history, to usher in a new era of Roman dominance. The story of the Republic's end, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and ultimately transformation, is above all the story of Caesar, a man who dared to defy the odds. And it begins now with the sun rising on a new chapter in Roman history. Caesar's true rise began not in Rome, but in Gaul. As governor, he led his legions through a decade of brutal conquest, forging an unbreakable bond with his men. He built bridges across the Rhine in days, besieged mighty strongholds, and won impossible battles, most famously at Alesia. His commentaries on the Gallic War sent to Rome were both history and propaganda, fueling his legend. As his fame soared, so did the Senate's fear. Caesar's private army and popularity became a threat to the Republic itself. The stage was set for confrontation. The year is 49 BC. A pivotal moment in Roman history is about to unfold. Julius Caesar, a name synonymous with power and ambition, stands at the Rubicon River. This seemingly insignificant stream held immense legal and symbolic weight. It marked the boundary of his province, Cisalpine Gaul, the limit of his legally sanctioned command. Roman law was clear. No general could cross this river with a standing army. It was a safeguard against internal military threats. To defy this law, to cross the Rubicon with his legions, was an act of open rebellion, tantamount to treason against the Roman Republic. The penalty, certain death. The Senate in Rome, increasingly wary of Caesar's growing power and influence, was led by Pompey, once Caesar's ally, now his rival. They demanded he disband his legions, the very source of his strength and authority. He was ordered to return to Rome as a private citizen, stripped of his command and vulnerable to his enemies. To obey meant political ruin, exile, or even death at the hands of his many adversaries. But to cross the Rubicon meant civil war, a conflict that would tear the Roman Republic apart. Caesar hesitates only for a moment, weighing the immense consequences of his decision. Then, with a decisive resolve, he utters the famous words, "Alea iacta est." The die is cast. And with that, he leads his loyal men across the Rubicon, fully aware of the irreversible path he has chosen. News of Caesar's defiance sends shockwaves through Rome, and panic erupts in the streets. The Senate, fearing Caesar's imminent arrival, flees the city, abandoning their posts. Cities along Caesar's path open their gates to him, welcoming him as a liberator. His carefully cultivated image as a champion of the people, a defender of their rights, pays off handsomely. The civil war that follows is brutal and protracted, a bloody struggle for control of Rome, but in reality, the fate of the Roman Republic was sealed the moment Caesar crossed the Rubicon. Caesar had gambled everything, his life, his reputation, the future of Rome, all on his own ambition, his unwavering belief in his own destiny, and on the unshakable loyalty of his veteran legions, men who would follow him to the ends of the earth. He challenges the very foundations of the Roman state, the established order that had endured for centuries, betting that he alone possessed the strength and vision to master the coming storm and reshape Rome in his own image. The Republic, weakened and divided, would never truly recover. The course of Roman history was irrevocably altered. With Pompey utterly defeated and his forces scattered, the path to absolute power was now clear for Caesar. The long and arduous civil war had finally come to an end, leaving Caesar as the sole dominant figure in the Roman world. Caesar returns to Rome in triumph, greeted as a conquering hero. The city erupts in celebration, a testament to his military genius and the promise of peace he brings after years of conflict. He stands as its undisputed master, the most powerful man in the Republic. His influence permeates every aspect of Roman life. The Senate, weakened and fearful after years of civil war and political turmoil, names him dictator for life, an unprecedented title that grants him virtually unlimited authority. Caesar enacts sweeping reforms, a flurry of new laws and policies designed to reshape Roman society, extending citizenship to people in the provinces, creating jobs through ambitious public works projects, and even reforming the calendar to bring it in line with the solar year. He tries to fix Rome's broken system, addressing long-standing issues of corruption and inequality. But his immense power alarms the elite, who fear his ambition and the erosion of their traditional privileges. Statues erected in his honor, coins bearing his image, and unprecedented honors begin to blur the line between a powerful ruler and an absolute king, a concept deeply anathema to the Roman Republic. The Senate, once his peers in the governance of Rome, are now increasingly perceived as his subjects, their power diminished under his overwhelming authority. A group of senators, driven by fear and resentment, secretly calling themselves the Liberators, see themselves as the last hope for preserving the Republic. They see only one solution to what they perceive as Caesar's tyranny: assassination, a desperate act to restore the old order. They conspire in secret, plotting and planning in the shadows, convinced that killing Caesar is the only way to save the Republic from what they believe is his inevitable descent into monarchy. But the paradox at the heart of this conflict is clear. The more Caesar stabilizes Rome and brings order to its chaotic affairs, the more he undermines and weakens its old institutions, the very foundations of the Republic he claims to serve. The plot moves inexorably toward its fateful day, the Ides of March, a day that will forever alter the course of Roman history. March 15th, 44 BC. Caesar ignores warnings and attends the Senate. As he enters, a conspirator hands him a scroll, an unread warning of the plot. Inside, the conspirators gather, pretending to present a petition. Suddenly, Tilius Cimber grabs Caesar's toga. Casca strikes the first blow. Caesar fights back, but is overwhelmed. When he sees Brutus among the attackers, he gives up, covering his face with his toga. Tradition says his last words were, "You too, my child." He falls at the base of Pompey's statue, stabbed 23 times. The liberators believe they have saved the Republic, but the silence that follows is only the beginning of greater chaos. The assassins expect to be hailed as heroes, but Rome erupts in fury. Mark Antony's funeral oration turns the people against the conspirators. Caesar's will, generous to the citizens, fuels the mob's rage. The liberators flee, civil war returns, a second triumvirate. Antony, Lepidus, and Octavian hunts down Caesar's killers. But soon they turn on each other. Octavian defeats Antony and Cleopatra at Actium, becoming Rome's sole master. In 27 BC, he is named Augustus. The Republic is dead, the Empire is born. Caesar's death paved the way for the very system his killers feared. The age of emperors has begun.